The gate is closing.
The Taliban took the Afghan capital.
And somewhere above them, a plane is already moving down the runway.
And everyone was attempting to get on the plane.
Too fast to stop, too full to fly safely, and there are people clinging to its landing gear. It is the 16th of August, 2021. The world is watching Kabul come apart in real time. Men run alongside a U.S. Air Force C-17 as it accelerates down Hamid Karzai International Airport's only usable runway. They climb. They cling to the fuselage. The plane lifts off anyway. Within minutes, at least one of them will fall from the sky. This is not the beginning of the story. This is the moment the world finally looked up and understood what was happening on the ground. Rewind 3 days. The Taliban are not supposed to be here yet. American intelligence assessments have given the Afghan government months, maybe longer, before the capital could fall. They are wrong. City after city surrenders without a fight, not because soldiers lack courage, but because the deals were already made, the salaries already unpaid, the will already gone. Unknown to the diplomats still finalizing evacuation paperwork in air-conditioned offices, the Taliban are already inside Kabul's city limits. One meeting, one collapsed army, one government that simply evaporates. President Ashraf Ghani leaves the country. Not a transition of power, a vanishing. The airport becomes the only way out, not a metaphor, the only way out. One runway, one perimeter. Thousands of gates in a normal week, now effectively 2 that matter. And outside those gates, a crowd that will grow to tens of thousands of people, all holding the same question. Will there be room for me? Inside the airport, American and coalition forces are trying to build order out of chaos in real time. Outside, there is none. Families press their children up over concrete barriers, hoping a soldier will pull them to safety on the other side. A mother hands her infant across razor wire to a stranger in uniform, because a stranger in uniform is safer than staying. This is not desperation as a concept. This is a single decision, made in seconds, that a parent will carry for the rest of their life. The clock is now the only structure that matters. August 31st. That is the deadline for the full American withdrawal. Every day that passes is a day fewer to get people out. Every hour is counted not in abstractions but in seats on airplanes. On August 26th, at 5:36 in the evening, everything changes again. A suicide bomber detonates at Abbey Gate, one of the last processing points still admitting evacuees. 13 U.S. service members are killed. At least 170 Afghan civilians die beside them, people who had waited hours, sometimes days, in that crowd for the chance to leave. ISIS-K claims responsibility within hours. Not a warning, a massacre, arriving exactly where the desperate had been told to wait. The processing does not stop. It cannot stop. Flights keep loading through the night because the deadline has not moved and the crowd has not thinned. Inside the terminal, translators who spent years beside American units now hold folders of paperwork that may or may not be enough. Outside, others who cannot reach the gate at all begin to understand that the paperwork will not matter, there will not be time. Now, the final 72 hours, the countdown that started as a diplomatic deadline becomes something closer to a heartbeat. Every departing aircraft is a door that will not reopen. Every empty seat is a name that will not make the manifest. Commanders on the ground know something the public does not yet grasp. This is the last full-day flights of this size will run. After tonight, the numbers get smaller. After tonight, some doors do not open again. August 30th, just before midnight, a U.S. Air Force C-17 lifts off the runway for the final time. It is the last American plane out of Afghanistan. No ceremony, no formal farewell, just the sound of engines, and then silence where 20 years of war had stood. The point of no return has already passed. It passed days earlier, in decisions made in Washington and Kabul, long before anyone watched a countdown clock. This is simply where it becomes visible. By the time the runway goes dark, More than 120,000 people have been flown out in 17 days, one of the largest airlifts in history, built entirely from improvisation and urgency. But the number that follows every account of this operation is smaller and heavier. The people still standing outside the wire when the gate finally, permanently, closed. Translators, contractors, women who had built careers the old regime would never have allowed, families who trusted a promise that could not be kept fast enough. There was no going back, not for the government that fell in 11 days, not for the alliance that unwound in real time on live television, and not for the people left standing on a runway that no longer had planes. The war did not end in a treaty. It ended with a door closing and the sound, for those still on the other side, of engines fading into the dark.